Yeah. So, hi everyone. This is Samir, and I will be the trainer for this Oracle PBCS and EPBCS course that will be held for the next 2 months, organized by Technosite IT Solutions and Online Trainings. So, before starting the demo session, uh, my request from the trainer's perspective, my personal request is to mute yourself and please listen to whatever we are about to convey in this demo session. And I assure you that this won't be like any other demo sessions or the masterclass that you will be seeing in the outside world, because in many of the free masterclass and demo classes, we they generally tell us why choose us rather than what they are mainly concentrated on. So whenever I attended any demo sessions, what I feel is that uh, the candidates will join you when they feel that they have taken something back after a session. So I assure you that you will be taking something uh, from this demo session as well, and this demo session will also be useful to you guys. I mean, especially to the candidates who are already working in this domain, came for specific topics like Groovy, REST API, data management, out of the box modules, and all. Okay. If to the candidates who are already in this domain, if they ever get into a situation where they need to convince their clients why move to Oracle, why move to cloud from their on-premise version, so you will have a lot of answers to that here as well. So if you already know everything on this, yet you came for specific topics, please be in the call till the end and see how I'm teaching, so that you can take a decision in the coming days. Okay. So yeah, welcome to our demo session. Um, Thank you for joining us, to all the 49 people available in this meeting. So obviously this will be an interactive session. At the end, there will be a Q&A session held. So at that time, you can feel free to unmute yourself and shoot your questions. Okay. So yeah, thank you. And for those who don't know what EPM is, how EPM is playing an important role in this current world. Uh, there is no need to worry. You will be knowing that very soon. Okay. So yeah, welcome again, and let us start. So
Hello.
yes, Darshana.
Yeah, I just want to understand if you are saying that this training is for freshers as well and for experienced as well, then how the same training works, right? Because experienced is not looking for the basic or the mid-level stuff. We are looking for some upskilling their current skills basically. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to understand where the freshers must be looking for very basic stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you cover like in the one training both the aspect, or you are planning to have if somebody is enrolling, you are planning to have separate trainings
I will.
for yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
I will cover that. I will cover that. Obviously,
okay,
there
okay,
is a slide for that. So please give me time.
okay. And
Yeah.
one more question, Techno Solution IT, this particular company is based out of which country? Is
It's
it
from India.
it's from India only?
Yeah.
Okay, in India from where?
It's in Hyderabad.
Okay, so you're basically from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. So I know there are already a lot of questions arising here. So yeah, I will cover them all, but please give me some time. I've sat for like 2 3 hours to make this PPT, and please be patient and wait for the Q&A session so that I can answer them. Okay. So till that Q&A session. This is mainly for the people who have just joined the call and are interested in knowing what EPM is. So please, there are other candidates like that as well. So we encourage your patience. Okay, thank you. So yeah, so let's start. So first, obviously, in this demo session, what you are going to cover. So first is what is EPM and how did this EPM come into the picture, and where And the second one is, where does EPM stand in an ERP world? So that is what we are going to discuss about. And third one, the applications in EPM. So in this EPM suite, what applications are available? And the fourth one is the market around EPM. So to the people who are not who do not know what EPM is, what is the market around EPM, we'll be discussing about that. And the next one will be integration scope in EPM. So to what applications we are looking for. I mean, what applications does EPM can integrate with. That is what we'll be discussing afterwards. And the last but one is the techno side commitment. So what we are promising and what we are disclaiming. So is what will be discussed. And at the last, okay, we'll be showing just the glimpse of the application, and obviously it parallelly we'll be having a Q&A session as well, where you can shoot your doubts. Okay, so this is the agenda of today's demo session. So the first one is EPM Manage History. So what is the full form of EPM? EPM stands for Enterprise Performance Management. So what do we do in this EPM? So what does this tool does? The EPM. Or what does this tool does? So it is mainly meant for planning and budgeting, and where you can plan your expenses, plan your revenue and everything. For example, you have a company, and it is you have just started it. Okay, you have just started it. So you are a product based company. So you are for the first time you got an order of 10, making 10 bottles, supplying 10 bottles per month, and then you started preparing the bottles. So obviously, when you start preparing the products, obviously you'll be having a revenue coming up and expenses going out. So you'll be spending money, you'll be getting money from the orders that you get. Okay, so uh, as it is a startup, it is easy to maintain in the form of books. So you will maintain a record, and you will write, okay, so and so date, this is what my revenue is, and this is how much it costed for me to buy plastic to make 10 bottles, and these are the transportation expenses. So moving forward, obviously you won't give up on your dreams, right? So obviously you'll move to the next one. You'll try to expand your company. So within 1 year, you got some 100 work orders to be done, where you need to supply approximately 10,000 bottles per month. And then what you will do, obviously you'll obviously look into the technology which will help you track the expenses, because tracking those many revenue accounts and expense accounts in a book is pretty cumbersome task. And suddenly, if a person from IT department comes and asks you, what is the revenue for this month and expense of this month, can you show me the breakup, can you show me your financial statements, it will be hard for your auditors or for you to maintain them by referring all the records, some 100 books or 200 books that you have kept for your record purpose. So that's when you will migrate from books to Excel, right? So Excel is pretty good. In one sheet, in one worksheet, you can have many sheets, and by using some multiple formulas, you can obviously do it. Okay, so Excel, so you will have multiple formulas. If you change revenue at one account, the income statement will be formulated accordingly. Okay, so this is what, then you will move to the Excel. But within 2 or 3 years, if your company has grown from a startup to a multinational company like Tupperware or any other product-based company, so a major a major product-based company available in the market. So at that time, even you maintaining multiple Excels, and there will be hundreds of Excels formulated, and they will be in different folders. So with increase of data, it will be pretty cumbersome task to maintain them in an Excel sheet, right? So that's when what you need is a technology, okay, where all your data will be in one place, and all the data can be referred easily within just 1 or 2 clicks. You'll be looking for those kind of tools, and that's where the EPM comes into the picture. So with increase of data, with increase of organization, manpower, expenses and revenues, EPM found its own place in this financial world where expenses and revenue show you the uh, gives you the goodwill of the company. So this is how the EPM cloud made its own market in this accounting terms, in this accounting world. So this is what EPM is, and this is how EPM came into this marketing world. Okay, so this is what is EPM and its history. Okay, and the second one, obviously, whenever we refer history, obviously there will be one company or there will be one person who will be who will be looking for the demand and try to meet it, right? So first, who started the CPM? So who got this idea of EPM is nothing but first the Hyperion Solutions. A company called Hyperion Solutions developed this uh, developed this tool. Initially, it was called as Hyperion tool. Even in on-premise versions, even today, people refer it as Hyperion. So yeah, so where did that Hyperion name came from is actually the company that has developed this tool initially. Okay, so it was started. So the Hyperion Solutions was founded in 1981, and later, seeing its growing demand in the ERP world, Oracle acquired Hyperion Solutions in 2007, and from then Hyperion tool became EPM, and and it became an on-premise version. And from that on-premise version, Oracle enhanced it into the cloud version where they will be handling the servers, and then uh, we will uh, we will be handling all the implementation stuff, taking requirements from the client. Okay, so this is about EPM and its history. Okay, and next one is EPM and its ERP relationship. So what is ERP? So what is EPM? So EPM is nothing but a planning and budgeting application. So for example, so if where does this EPM come? So for example, if let us take a layman example, we are employees. So obviously we always have in mind that okay, next year if my salary gets increased by 10%, what will be my CTC? And how will the expenses incur? So if my salary raises by 10% and if I want to buy a car for my family, so what will be my on hand salary, and how much amount will be going for the car, and how much amount will be remaining for me, and what if my rent expenses increases by 10%? So all this, so you can only imagine if an individual plans his budgets, plans his future in this detailed way, you can only imagine how much it is necessary for an organization to plan its future years. So, for example, if you go back to 2020, the traumatic phase, so the COVID suddenly hit, and all of a sudden we are at homes losing our jobs. So why companies made a sudden decision of removing all the employees, especially major companies? Why did they do that? Because they do not have a proper planning and budgeting done from their end when in their previous years at 2018, 2019, they did not do a proper planning and budgeting. So they did not plan why what happens if a natural disaster occurs. How can I manage my expenses? Okay, suddenly AI comes into the picture. So how organization can adapt financially to a AI based? How can they train their employees? How much expense do they have to put into the market so that their employees can adapt to AI? So from an individual to an organization level, planning is very much necessary, and that's where the EPM comes. And what is ERP? ERP systems are nothing but the transactional level systems where you will be having all the actuals residing. For example, you have bought a product from Amazon. So um, you will be paying certain amount from your UPI or from net banking or from a credit card to the Amazon. So right from taking the order till you get the product and the invoice, all those things will be handled in ERP. So for example, uh, let us take the Amazon as well. So for example, when they will track all the actuals. For example, today, if Amazon is getting 1,000 orders from it, how much revenue did they incur from those 1,000 orders? How much expense did they put for transportation, packing, as well as maintenance of their applications? So how much amount did they put in the market? So all these actual data, not the future data, tracking the actuals data will be done in ERP. Okay, so EPM is an analytical system where you can plan your future years, and ERP is a system where you can plan your actual where you can track your actuals in the financial world. So where does EPM stands in ERP? So in this ERP systems, so EPM always stands above the ERP systems. So that doesn't mean that ERP is a small system. Of course, it is more larger. It is like another ocean. But why EPM stands on top of the EPM? Because we always have, okay, we will always maintain closing balances in our EPM application. So while just I said, right, so Amazon will have a track of all the 1,000 orders in the ERP system. So ERP system is always a transactional level system, but EPM, it is a closing balance level system. So for example, if in the ERP, if they are storing what is the debit and what is the credit, just like our bank statement. Okay, so in the layman language, if we speak, ERP systems contains the transactional level data, which means just like our bank statement, in one day how much debit and how much credit did we do, we'll be tracking that in ERP system. But in EPM system, what do we store is, by the end of this month, how much balance do you have in your bank account will be maintained in EPM system. So ERP system will have your bank statement in the layman language, whereas EPM will contain the closing balances. So by the end of this month, how much balance do you have in your bank statement will be maintained in EPM applications. Okay, so and ERP is a day level system, so every day this will be used every day in our day-to-day life. Okay, whereas EPM will be used with respect to each month. So here it is a day level system, ERP is a day level system, but EPM is a monthly level system. So the minimum the minimum periodic level is time level is the periods, like January, February, March, April, May, June. But in the ERP, it is always a day level system. So you can have like 1st Jan, 2nd Jan, 3rd Jan. By selecting a date, you'll be getting all the debits and credits that has been done in that day, if it is tracked properly in an ERP system. So this is the relation between EPM and ERP system. Okay, got it, guys? And the next one is, and we always load since actual so how do you plan your future? So on what basis you are planning your future when it comes to you as an employee? So you will be always coming to an employee, so you will be always having a base called actual. So today my salary is 10 lakhs per annum. On that 10 lakhs, if I get 10% of my increment, then what will be my situation in the upcoming year? So if this is what you are planning, what is your base? Your base is nothing but actuals. Actuals are nothing but your data, your 10 lakhs per annum, which is your current CTC. So we always load actuals from ERP system to EPM system based on based on the actuals that we load. The users will plan at budgets based on their conditions, just like how we plan that 10% increment based on our current CTC. Even organizations do their planning and budgeting based on the actuals, wherever their actuals are loading. Okay, wherever their actuals are residing, even if it is an SQL database or an Excel sheet or an ERP system. ERP system doesn't only mean the Oracle Fusion application, it also means SAP, like SAP S4 HANA and everything. So wherever they load the actuals, wherever they are residing into the EPM application, and then based on the actuals loaded, they will be planning their budgets. And obviously, whenever their budgets are done, we always, if the client requires that whatever the budgets that they have done in the EPM system to be loaded into the ERP system, then we will be loading the budgets from the EPM application to the ERP application, either an ERP application or an SQL table, whatever it is. Okay, so it is to and fro. But what we are loading and what we are writing back is what is important uh, in this whole EPM and ERP system. So this is about EPM and ERP relationship. Okay, and the next one is EPM applications. So to the people who don't know, who are just thinking that EPM applications are only is only just one application. No, it is wrong. EPM is a suite. Okay. So EPM is always a suite. In that suite, we have various applications. Okay. So what are the applications are? One is PBCS and EPBCS, which so this course is directly is dedicated for learning PBCS and EPBCS. Of course, for upskilling to the people like Darshna who just asked me the question. So yeah. So this course is especially dedicated to that. Other than this, what applications do we have is FCCS, which is Financial Consolidation and Close. Uh, this application is mainly used for intercompany knockoffs. For example, let us consider a major MNC that we are always fond of. Tata Group of Industries. Okay, please don't uh, please don't contradict that because there might be people who hate it. But yeah, so let us take Tata Group of companies as an example. For example, under Tata Group of companies, we have Tata Motors and Tata Steel. Okay, obviously everybody are familiar with these companies, right? So Tata Motors wants to build Nexon car and it needs steel from Tata Steel. So they want steel from Tata Steel Company to build a Nexon. So Tata Motors went to Tata Steel and said that, hey, I want certain tons of steel from you. How much you are going to charge? And then Tata Steel says that, okay, I'm going to charge 5 lakhs for this much tons of steel. So it quotes 5 lakhs for that, and the Tata Motors is completely fine by giving 5 lakhs to Tata Steel. So what Tata Motors does is it transfers 5 lakhs from its account to Tata Steel's account. So what is the revenue for Tata Steel? It is 5 lakhs. And what is the expense for Tata Motors? It is 5 lakhs. But if you look from the perspective of Tata Group of companies, so what is the revenue and what is the expense for it for Tata Group of companies? It is obviously zero because Tata still belongs to Tata Group of companies and Tata Motors also belongs to Tata Group of companies, right? So if you look from the Tata Group of companies, it is obviously zero. It is similarly equal to you moving 5 lakhs from your SBI account to ICICI account. Okay. So that is what this concept is called intercompany knockoffs. Okay, intercompany knockoffs. So transactions that are happening between the companies, okay, which are under a holding company in the sense Tata Group of companies in our example. So these are called intercompany knockoffs. So these type of knockoffs will be handled and planned will be in FCCS application. And the next one is NRCS, narrative reporting. So this can be called as a centralized system where users can access all their reports that are built in PBCS, FCCS, ARCS. Okay, this is the application where users can access and do much more things to their reporting. Okay, so that is one. And yeah, just a minute. Do you provide training on FCCS? Yes, I'll come to that, Darshana. Yeah. First, let us complete this, and afterwards, I'll come to that. Okay. So that is EDMCS. That is NRCS. And coming to EDMCS, it is nothing but Enterprise Data Management Cloud Systems, Cloud Services. Okay. So EDMCS mainly refers to, you will obviously know better. This is called a centralized system for maintaining all your accounts from different applications. So, for example, uh, there is an account in PBCS that is not available in FCCS. There is an account called account called revenue. There is an account called revenue in PBCS, but it is not available in FCCS. So, but obviously, both PBCS application and FCCS application should have that revenue in both the applications. The accounts should be synchronized between the applications. So, in order to maintain that synchronization, Oracle provided this EDMCS application as a centralized application to maintain your accounts or the metadata. Okay, metadata who are already working, they would know better about this metadata. Okay, so this can be called as a centralized application for EDMCS. Okay, is there any relationships among all these EPM cloud services, or are completely independent? Okay. So everything are independent by its own sense, but when it comes to centralized systems like NRCS and EDMCS, of course, you need to have the applications, such as if there is no PBCS and FCCS, there is no point of having NRCS and EDMCS. This suite is designed in such a way that uh, it's okay to have PBCS, it's okay to have FCCS, but without having these two, if you have NRCS and EDMCS, it is pointless. It's just like the Apple strategy. Okay, having an Apple phone is fine. Okay, having a Apple Watch is like having an RCS. So having an Apple Watch but not having an Apple phone is useless, right? So this is in the same manner. Okay. So you can consider PBCS and EPBCS application as your Apple phone, FCCS as your AirPods, Apple AirPods. You can connect your AirPods to some Android phone and you can listen to music. There's nothing wrong in that. But you having an Apple Watch but not having any of these two is pretty pointless, right? So that is NRCS and EDMCS for you. Okay. So, so yeah. So I hope that answers your question. And the next one is PCMCS. That is nothing but profitability and cost management cloud systems. Okay. Uh, Cloud services. Okay. So, okay, there is another chat. Will you be covering integrations between FCCS, EDMCS, EPBCS? Yeah, I'll come to that as well, Vinay. Okay, thank you for posting this question. This is a wonderful question. I'll come back to that as well. Okay, thank you. I will answer that. Yeah. So coming back to the topic, it is PCMCS. Uh, PCMCS is nothing but profitability and cost management cloud services. So this is where you will handle all your allocations. So people who don't know what allocations are, let me tell you this in your layman language. And I will also provide slight light in how your increments are planned in an MNC. Okay. So even though you work hard, in your company, sometimes you see that you'll be getting pretty basic low increment, such as 5%, 6%, and you will be in a frustration and dilemma that I worked so hard. And company also said that, they have this much amount of profits. Why can't they just give me at least 10% of increment? What happens is that uh, when you are working for a project, and since you are working for that project, the project will give money not to you but to your company. Okay, so for example, you are working for a project, and the contract between your company and that client company is that, after this project is completed, you will be having we will be giving you 10 lakhs amount to your company. Okay, so you completed that implementation very hard, day and night. You worked on that and you completed it, and your company got 10 lakhs from that client. Okay, well and good. And from that, of course, you are not the only one who will be working for that project. There will be your colleagues which who are working under your in your same department, and there will also be other departments who are working for the same client. Okay, so within that 10 lakhs, how much resources they have kept for this particular project implementation, they will look into that. Okay, how many departments are involved in this implementation? And okay, there are two, let us consider for our mathematics is, I'm very weak in mathematics, by the way. So there are two departments that are involved. Let us consider that scenario. Okay, what I do is, I will keep 2 lakhs, okay, in the company's account, and I will allocate the remaining 8 lakhs between these between these two departments. So department will have 4 lakhs, and department 2 will be allocated to 4 lakhs. So within that 4 lakhs, obviously, if you are working in department 1, along with your colleagues, there will also be managers and senior managers who will be directly interacting with clients, right? So within that, okay, obviously, okay, how many hours? For example, let us take Darshana. Okay, if Darshana, how many hours did Darshana dedicate with in for this project implementation? Okay, Darshana had allocated around 240 hours. Okay, great. And how much her colleague has dedicated? Okay, she only dedicated only 100 hours. Then they come into a picture that, okay, within these 4 lakhs that is allocated to department 1, let us give Darshana a 10% of increment since she worked more on that. So this is what allocations is. So allocating the profits, allocate and losses as well. So okay, so allocating the losses and profits in a precise manner can be handled in profitability and cost management cloud services. Okay, so that is what PCMCS is for. Okay, and next one is account reconciliation. For example, balance sheet is tallying in both PBCS and in FCCS, okay, the financial statements. But there seems to be different numbers for the for the assets account in PBCS and EPBCS. And if the user wants to drill it further, which one is correct and which one needs to be synchronized with what? So all these account reconciliations will be happening in ARCS application. Okay. So and the last one is TRCS, tax reporting. So tax reporting, just like the name suggests, okay, it is just this may application is mainly for the tax reporting purposes. For example, many countries have different terms. So when it comes to Indian constitution, there will be a separate tax regime, many tax regimes for an employee. There will be a different tax regime for at the organization level. So because they are doing business, right? So there will be a different tax process for a business person, and there will be a different tax process for a employee. And this will vary with country to country. So these will be handled in TRCS applications. So this is what EPM suite is all about. So if you see, right from planning and budgeting till your tax, till the tax reporting. The Oracle provides all the applications with maximum feasibility in available in the market. Okay, and this course is especially for the PBCS and EPBCS people, to the people who are looking for upskilling, they're upskilling in PBCS and EPBCS, and who are interested to learn PBCS and EPBCS right from the scratch. So this course is especially for them. Okay. So yeah, these are the EPM applications, and these are the full forms of it. So what is PBCS and EPPCS means? What is FCCS means? So if you want to note it down, please note it down. Otherwise, the recording will be posted in the group. You can pause the recording, and uh, you can note that as well if this information helps you. Okay.
Hi, do
Okay.
we have demo environment for PBCS?
Yes, we do have it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can you please provide another example for EDMCS and how actually it works? Okay. So yeah, I'll cover that as well. Satya, um, obviously I'll cover each and every comment here. So I will cover that as well. So these are the EPM applications, and moving to the next one. So the market around EPM, okay. I know everybody knows about this, okay. That it even the government of India, uh, when they are proposing their budgets, okay, they use EPM application as a part of it for their budget process. So when Nirmala Sitaraman comes, we always hold our hearts, saying that at least we'll be hearing some good news from her. But okay, that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, so many leading organizations such as Oman Air, when it comes to aeronautical, and many universities and many transportation companies like FedEx and other companies or use this EPM, okay, and ERP application as a whole for their financial tracking purposes. And obviously there is a drastic increase in demand for 2020, after 2020, because till then people didn't get the actual picture of the actual necessity. They didn't feel the actual necessity of the planning and budgeting, why planning and budgeting is necessary, why these applications are necessary. People got I mean the organization uh, got full necessity got their uh, attention grabbed how planning and why planning and budgeting is necessary in their lives, and how they are going to, how much it is necessary for their organization in order to avoid recessions, in order to sustain recessions. Okay, so the demand has been drastically increased after 2020. Of course, it is debatable again, because I have seen increase in demand, but people who are working now might not see that. But yeah, this is the second point is obviously debatable, and this is the best analytical application available in the market. So the last 3 points are very much important, especially to the people who wants to convince their clients for moving to the cloud application, because obviously, just like just like you are asking why should we join you? Obviously, clients will ask you, why should I've already invested a lot on my servers. Then why should I move to EPM cloud? So they will ask a why question to you. Similarly, how you guys are asking why question to me, right? So in order to tackle that, the last 3 points are very much important to those people who are sitting in front of the clients and trying to convince them to move to cloud. Number one, because this is a best analytical application available in the market. People who are already working know the integration scope of this. Okay, how much of the with any means, either by a flat file or by EPM agent or by direct integrations. You can connect this EPM application to Power BI applications also. If your client is having Power BI, is using Power BI as dashboards to look to look at the pictorial representation of data, then you can obviously connect it to Power BI. Okay, and if your client is using SAP applications, they can we can connect using SAP adapters. Using EPM agent, you can connect this application to an SAP application and get the data from there, and you can obviously write back also. Okay, using EPM agent, SAP adapters, and whatnot. And if you have a proper REST API, okay, proper REST API of the source, for example, in S4 HANA, there is a specific REST API that you can use for getting the data that you want. Okay, if you have a REST API, then you can do it. And Satya, I think you are very much interested in drawings, but please don't draw it now. Thank you so much. Yeah. So you can have that as well. Okay. So it's the flexibility of integrations that makes EPM application as the best analytical tool available in the market. So if an organization, if a client organization says to me that the Oracle APM is not meeting my requirements, I always blame the implementers that who have not used its full potentiality. Of course, as consultants, we need to provide reality check to them that this might cost, but yeah, if properly implemented, anything can be possible. Even many people know that. So that's why many people want to upskill themselves in this PBCS and EPBCS application. And the second important thing is that when it comes to on-premise versions, clients needs to maintain their own servers. Okay, they need to have a specific dedicated team, and that dedicated team should be available every day 24/7 whenever the server gets burned up because of the overloading and everything, and uh, that will be totally handled by customer, and it obviously increases the expenses of the application of on the client side. And obviously when you move to an on-premise version, okay, so there is always an infrastructure that you need to follow. Okay, so the server one, that is where the EPM application will be, and in the server two, I will be installing the middleware, and in the server two, and in the server two also, I'm also installing calculation manager or data management. So you have provided all the infrastructure based on your experience, and you have provided to the client, and the client also said okay. And then again, after installing all those based on your planned architecture, you got to know that the application is performing really bad. Then what you need to do? Then you need to go back to the architecture phase from the development phase, and then you need to go with another combination where, okay, now I will ask for another server 3, and then I will ask clients to install data management in server 3 rather than in server 2. So it is a to and fro process, and the obviously you can when you go into this to and fro process, you can obviously see your client getting uncomfortable looking at the expenses being increased, obviously, right? You have planned 25,000 for a trip, but when you went and you came back, you have seen that you have planned for 25,000, but the trip actually got more than 50,000. Obviously, you will be disappointed, even though you have memories, right? Financially. So instead of all this headache, Oracle will be handling all the servers based on the requirement, based on the number of users that you will be providing, and Oracle will take care of the server so that the client can sleep peacefully at night as well. Okay, and the third one, why we should move to cloud, is that uh, the support of languages in the EPM cloud. It will support batch scripting, okay, where you can trigger EPM automate commands. You can also trigger EPM automate commands from a PowerShell, okay. And the third thing is that obviously, when I talked to Sandeep just before this demo, Sandeep said that the main focus is on Groovy and REST API, right? So the Groovy obviously erases all the limitations that it has the in S-based scripting, right? So Groovy scripting, it supports Groovy scripting and S-based scripting, and along with that, we also have an extension to the to the Microsoft Office, which is nothing but Smart View. Okay, so obviously our clients are more into Excel sheets, and they want everything to be seen in the Excel sheets. So the uninterrupted uh, this synchronization between a smart view ad hoc in the Excel sheet, between the Excel sheet and the Oracle EPM application, is what makes a added advantage in making them push towards EPM cloud application. Okay, so yeah, this is all about. And if your clients ask you, because I personally experienced it, they obviously telling this, they come up with a question saying that we have invested a lot on these servers because we want our data to be to be with ourselves, not to be leaked with any other organization. How can we trust on that? So uh, you can say in one word that Oracle, while buying a product from Oracle, there will be a non-disclosure agreement saying that their data will be safe and encrypted with them, and there will be no di- uh, leakage of data. And if there is any leakage of data, there will be a financial the contract will be in a way that they will be paying this much huge amount of money if there is any leakage of data from their end. So there will be always be a non-disclosure agreement, and obviously people can trust Oracle because it's like a legacy company, right? So this is how you can convince a client in moving from a on-premise version to EPM cloud application. Okay, so this is one. And this last one is obviously EPM integration scope. Okay, so EPM Oracle EPM cloud application can be connected to obviously a flat file. If the data is available in the flat file, you can load it. Many people know. And you can directly integrate your EPM cloud application with Oracle Fusion application. Nowadays, you can see if you can integrate your our EPM application with payables application, receivables application, or to a GL application in the data integration tool to the people who already know about it. Okay. So, but to the people who are new to this and who are interested to see what it is, this is the advantage. Okay, you can directly have a seamless integration between the Oracle Fusion applications with EPM Cloud. And the next one is the text file. Okay, if a data is available in the text file, you can obviously load it into our EPM application. And you can also integrate our EPM application with RDBMS. So people who are freshers and who are in BTech or who just passed out of BTech, they always come through uh, a table, an SQL table, right? There are many SQL tables, Oracle SQL, Microsoft SQL, but for practice purpose in BTech, you might have learned about exam server, right? So you can also integrate our EPM application not only to Oracle or Microsoft SQL, but also to any other SQL applications, SQL tables using something called EPM agent. Even to the exam server, you can have it. You can integrate it. Okay. So you can obviously have a seamless integration between EPM agent and Oracle EPM cloud. Okay. So this is one. And the next one is SAP. So if your client is maintaining their actual data in SAP application using SAP adapters, there is a concept called SAP adapters in OIC, uh, or if they have any REST API, just like I told before, if they have any REST API, we can implement that REST API using Groovy and get the data in the JSON format, obviously without any mediator as well. Okay, so that is one additional thing. And the last one is obviously non-SQL. So non-SQL, if you want me to give any examples on that, of course, we will be one such example is Mongo database. People might have heard about it. And second one is Five Store database by Google. So using REST API's concept, okay, if you have REST API, you can get data from anywhere. But all you need is one proper REST API with proper username and password, which has uh, required access for it. Okay, if you have proper credentials and proper REST API, then sky is the limit to implement you. Okay, so this is what the integration scope of it. Okay, yes.
How about EPM integration with Workday Financials?
Workday Financials. I did not try that, but I think it is also possible. Workday Financials, is it an SQL table, Krishna?
It's a ERP solution. It's just like a PeopleSoft Financials, EBS Financials,
Oh, okay.
SAP. Same like
Okay.
a Workday Financials is one of the ERP system.
Okay, one of the ERP system. I don't think they have a specific integration provided. Okay, for the Workday. I can see that there is a direct integration for PeopleSoft, but for Workday Financials, there does not seem to be direct integration. But using EPM agent, I can assure you that you can go with that.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm.
Even we have an internal inbuilt tool called adaptive planning, where we'll be doing all the planning and budgeting there in
Okay,
adaptive planning module itself.
okay,
So
okay.
do my question is, do we really think, do we have option to integrate Workday
Mm-hmm.
Financials with EPM Cloud?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And finally. Uh, why choose us? Okay. So obviously we need to cover why choose us, right? Uh, so what is our commitment? What we are promising and what we are not promising is that we need to be very clear on so that you can have a decision. Okay. So what do we promise? So what do we promise is you will have a complete hands-on on the application. To the people who don't know anything about EPM and wants to join us, they will. We assure you, especially I assure you that based on the tasks that we provide, based on the credentials that we provide, okay, you will have a complete hands-on on the application. That is what we promise. And the second one is we will provide the documentation on important topics. For example, if there is a concept called data management, okay, it is a pretty lengthy concept, although the concept is same. Okay, there are many scenarios. All those scenarios, for the other scenarios, we will be providing a detailed document. I will show you how the document will be. Okay, we will provide you the documents on that as well. Okay, so that it will be there for your own references for the future when you're when you're planning to attend interviews, or when you encounter that specific scenario in your career. We will provide you documents for that. But one request is, please do not share those documents to your colleagues because it is the bread and butter for us. Okay, so please, we want our candidates to be as responsible as we are. So please do not share those documents once we provide it to you when you provide your commitment to us. Okay, so that is one. And the third one is, if you are unable to attend the daily sessions. Obviously, I personally recommend you to attend everyday classes. If you have any doubts in the topics that we have discussed in our previous classes, we can clarify that. If you have any doubts when you attend a live class, after the class, we'll be having a doubt session. That sometimes will take more time than we actually take for a session. So if you have any doubts, we can have those being clarified in the live sessions. But if you are unable to attend for some or the other reason, either an emergency or if you have plans at that time, no problem. We'll provide you recording sessions that will be provided to you in your. Please provide the Gmail link to Sandeep, so that he will be sharing the recorded sessions link to you via YouTube private. Okay, and Sandeep can provide more insights on that. Uh, as well. Okay, so we'll provide you recordings on daily sessions, and the tasks that we provide are not just for your practice purpose. We will also be providing that based on the real-time tasks. Okay, especially when it comes to dealing with dates. Main concentration will be on SBS scripting, Groovy scripting, and integrations, right? So we'll make sure that You by the task that we provide to you, you will have a complete picture on how what kind of task that you can expect from a real-time project. So these are the promises that we provide, and obviously the disclaimer. What we are not promising is, first thing, a job guarantee and an interview guarantee. Okay. And the second one is playing a mediator role between the candidates and the hiring company is not we are promising. Because let me give you an example. Let me give you a situation that we always keep facing that. Whenever we start a batch, okay, so this is our ninth batch, I guess, ninth or tenth batch, I don't remember, but it is ninth or tenth. Every time we start a batch, we will be getting many calls from different HRs saying that there is a backdoor opportunity. Okay, if you have candidates, please send us those resumes, those details with us, share those details with us so that we will also we can hire them, taking some certain amount, and we will also be providing the commission to you guys. But we don't feel that it is ethical. We For authentication purposes, for genuinity purposes, we ask them which company they are from. Okay, for genuinity purposes, and ask them to provide any such details so that we can trust you before providing to our candidates. They say that they are in Chennai. We cannot meet in person. We cannot provide any additional details. So we don't want to you know uh, make our candidates go through a scam. So that's why we are not into that business, or we are not playing a mediator role between the candidates and the hiring companies. What we assure you is the complete knowledge on EPM applications. If you feel, generally in the last batch, I see that many people came for upskilling. Okay, looking for one or two topics for their upskilling purposes. Okay, when that topic comes, we will be notifying you so that you can join us. And uh, if you feel in the last batch, for example, let us consider Groovy scripting. Okay, there is a Groovy scripting, and people might have come for that. So in last batch, we have taken around 7 classes. So each class is 1 hour, so it takes up to 7 hours. So you can feel yourself sitting in a classroom for straight 7 hours for a language. I think for a language it is more than enough. But if you feel that you want more insights, okay, towards in a specific topics, you can feel free to tell us. Okay, tell that, okay, Samir, uh, I think we need to have more classes on this. I personally need additional insights on this particular topics. Can you help me with that? Of course, we are always there to help you with that as well. So we always listen to our candidates, and we do not want to go make our candidates go through such a scam. We don't want our candidates to be in trouble. We don't want us to be in trouble. Okay. So these are the promises and these are the disclaims. We are committing in every batch when it comes to Techno site IT solutions and online trainings. Okay. So yeah, with this, the demo class is completed. Of course, before starting the questions, I would like to show you how the I mean, people have already known about, who are already know about how the EPM application look like, well and fine. But to the people who don't know, this is the application that we will be discussing throughout the 2 months course. So, uh, just a minute. Okay, so this is the application that we will be going through, and this is the application where all the magics happen. Okay, uh, this is where the metadata will be added. This is where the rules will be added, the Groovy scripting and everything. We'll be discussing more on that. Okay, and second thing, I just want to show you how our document will look like. So we will make our document in a detailed manner where even a person who don't know anything about the EPM application can look into that. For example, this is a data push between the databases. So first click this and then click plus, provide the details, and then what you need to and then what you need to where you need to click. It will be in this simple and in an organized manner where anybody can have anybody can understand and refer it and practice it accordingly. So with this, we have completed our demo session. Yes, now the mic, I'm sending mic to you guys. Please unmute yourself and talk. And I see that there are 16 messages. Will you be giving a demo session on FCCS and PBCS? Ritesh, we are planning FCCS as a separate course on this because covering PBCS and EPBCS will take approximately 2 months. Okay. So FCCS also we are planning. For more details on FCCS, you can reach out to Sandeep. The number is provided here for any kind of course details and everything. You can reach out to Sandeep, and the number is provided in the PPT.
Okay, and
Of
say 2 months, I mean, it will be 1 hour daily,
Yeah, it will be 1 hour daily,
and classes will be there on Monday to Friday or PM.
Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, and the process will also be like after for example, if certain candidates will provide a commitment to us, you can reach out to fee structures and fee details. Of course, we are in this for financials, just like any other company, just like any other training centers. We are in this for financial purpose. But after you hearing our rates and compare our rates with the other training centers, even the legacy training centers, when you compare it, then you will see how lenient we are towards our candidates. Okay, so Sandeep will be reaching out to you guys, so please do not ignore his calls. Please tell him that if you are interested or not, and if you are interested, he will tell you our free structure, and we will obviously, we assure you that we will be lenient towards our candidates. uh, okay, so that it is. And coming to the next one, hope that provides you answers your question, Ritesh. And second one is, after learning this course, is there any job opportunities as a fresher in EPM? Okay, Satyash, so here it is. Uh, what I would say is, for a fresher, if you compare a fresher who is learning BTech, okay, he will be learning about SQL, PLSQL. So, and he will be having projects on SQL and PLSQL. And that SQL and PLSQL will be, even that in the real-time scenario, it is used in ERP applications for generating some reports on their side. So, just with a basic skill of learning SQL and PLSQL, it is an added advantage for a fresher to get job opportunities. So you can only imagine if a fresher learns. Obviously, exam server is not being used anywhere in the world, as far as I know. Of course, it is debatable again with the statement. Okay, so just by learning SQL and PLSQL, if he is having an added advantage for job opportunities, you can only imagine how much added advantage it will be for a fresher if he learns a real-time tool. Okay, yeah, if in his resume, his or her resume, if they have that, okay, I learned EPM application and I've developed a mini project on this. Obviously, many of the ERP HRs will have a look into that, and it will be added advantage as a fresher. But yeah, coming to that, I've seen some companies who are hiring people as a fresher, and they are moving into EPM application. So the plan from the HR will always be like, I need to find some freshers at this certain bracket, so that I can push them whatever they know. I don't need that. So if they know Java, I want to push them into EPM application. So that is, in one long answer short, it will be an added advantage for the fresher. Praveen, what are the concepts you are covering in EPBCS? Just the configuration of the modules or beyond? Along with the configuration of the EPBCS application, we will also be covering configuration of modules, just like as you told in the chat, and we will also show you the process. I mean, the navigation flow and where we are inputting what data is actually needed. For example, there is a financial module. Okay, how to configure an EPBCS module, how to configure financial modules, and what is the process flow that Oracle is providing in financial modules. We will also be covering that. And with covering of each and every process flow along with the configuration of each module, We will also be covering how each module communicates itself. So how workforce data will be pushed to financial modules, how capital module will be pushed to financial modules, how projects module data in projects module is pushed to capital and financial modules. We will also be going to that extent. So if that is what you're expecting, then yes, you are in the uh, right demo session. And coming to the next one, do we need any coding language, coding knowledge, Manikishore? So, see, EPM is always not only flexible to the users, but also flexible to the people who do not want to learn coding language. So there are multiple levels. So if you are a coding person who just looking for more coding, but in a tool, yes, you need coding language for SBase and Groovy, but if you do not want any coding language, you can, there are opportunities where you can configure reports, data forms, dashboards, metadata, and you can even work in NRCS application as well. So yeah, it's up to you. There are opportunities available even for the non-coding people on the functional side as well. So if you want coding language, we will provide you that. If you don't want that, it's up to you. Scale at which company this works, which regions, and more into trainings and also implementations as well. Uh, Darshana, can you please unmute yourself and explain more about this question?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
want to know that at which scale this company runs, which regions you guys are operating,
Yeah, okay.
and is it only training based or you are in implementation or supports and all that as well for different modules of EPM?
Okay, let me tell you our company. So what first thing is that our bread and butter is the training sessions, are the training sessions. Even if you look into our Oracle in our LinkedIn profile, obviously we have that we have a LinkedIn. So if you look into that, you see that our bread and butter is training. Also, we also provide work support to the candidates, and along with that, we also take some of the implementations, okay, uh, from the projects as well. So we also take implementations. We also provide work support to our candidates who are enrolled with us. Okay, but our main thing is the training sessions. And when it comes to scalability and how many regions that we work, that's a big question. Currently, we are working remotely. Our whole team, there are two teams in Techno side. One is administration team, and second one is a training and work support team. So training and work support team will conduct trainings, provide work support, take requirements if there are any subcontracts that we are getting. Whereas administration team is like a HR in your company, where they will talk about the fee structures, and they will quote accordingly based on the negotiations that are happening.
I have two questions over here based on your answer.
Yeah.
One is when you say work support, what do you mean by that?
Work support. So for example, you have taken course from us, and in future, if you are stuck somewhere, if you got a task and stuck somewhere, what we do is generally candidates call us and ask, okay, this is the task that we got. So how do we proceed with that? What can be the best method? We provide suggestions to them so that they won't be stuck in the tasks and for a long time. So that is the kind of work support that we also provide.
Okay. And other thing is, as you said, you are into implementation as well. So which region projects you have
Uh,
currently?
Currently, it's not about regions, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I cannot disclose that, okay, because I
Mm-hmm.
do not have any information on that as well. But we are tied up with some startup companies where they won't tell us who their client is and all. They just tell us what. If you ask me, our clients are from India, but their clients, we cannot disclose that.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay.
So it's not a direct project. Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
not a direct project. We are still growing. Just like how is India is still growing, we are still growing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And the next one, okay, there are Worked as a teacher first. After that, worked in EPM as daily data check and job monitoring for 6 months in HCL. Is it okay to join the course to enhance skill in the future? Please suggest. Yes, of course. Uh, as I can see, this is a job monitoring and for 6 months and data check. So you are basically reconciling data. If you are looking that you are not being used to a full extent, where you are not able to write business rules, you want to jump into implementation where you want to prove your company that you have these skills, you have skill in Groovy script as well, then you are in the right platform. Okay, yeah. So long answer short, yes. You can join us, and of course you can call us anytime during your work hours as well, so that we will also support you, just like how I mean, this aligns with the answer that I provided to Darshan. So I hope that answers your question. Arya Sanjeev, I come from a non-coding background. Will this course help someone like me earning coding from basics? And is there any prior coding knowledge that is required? Okay, so for SBase scripting, you do not need any coding language, because right from the for loop, I will explain that. And even for the Groovy script also, I will also provide that. So yeah, it's okay to not have any coding language, because our intention to start the this course is mainly to people who are looking for the coding languages. I mean, implementing Groovy scripting, S-based scripting, the coding in EPM, right from the scratch. Okay, and I will also say Groovy scripting in a manner where right after the Groovy scripting section is completed, you will be having an Excel sheet. So to retrieve the member properties of a member, this is the line that you need to use. I will say that in a manner where it with that Excel sheet will be your puzzle solvers when you encounter a Groovy requirement. So I will not go in that deep where your brain gets confused, but I will also make sure that it will be as simple as possible. And whenever you get a Groovy requirement, you will be like, okay, I will refer that Excel. Okay, this is the idea that I have. First, I need to retrieve this. For that, this line should be used. And next, after this, I got this. Next, this is the goal that I need to achieve. For that, I will be using that line from the Excel. So it will be that as simple as possible. So yeah, I will teach right from the basics as well, Arya. Okay. Just a minute, guys.
I
Yes, Kumar.
will you be covering these modules like workforce and projects on this
Y-
course?
yes, yes. Financials, workforce, capitals, and projects.
Okay. Yep. Thank
And yeah.
you. Yeah.
What if I only want to learn SBS scripting and not entire course? So Darshana, please reach out to Sandeep regarding this, not only to you, anybody. You are looking for a specific section. Uh, yes, you are feel free to do so. But regarding that pricing and all, please reach out to Sandeep. The phone number is already available on the screen. Shiva, Groovy Business Rules REST API EPM Agent. Have you give any class on for above? If yes, how many classes would it be required? Okay. Groovy and REST API, 7 classes. Business rules, 7 classes. And EPM agent, I think it should be covered in 1 or 2 classes. Okay. So that is the one. I hope this answers your question, Shiva. So approximately 7, 8, 9, 7 plus 7, 14, 15, 16, 16 classes approximately for that. Offline office available in Hyderabad. No, Manikishore, we are still, previously we used to have, but we are working remotely currently. So yeah. Can you show a syllabus slide of PBCS or EPBCS? Uh, Madini. So, Madini, so we have a description provided in our WhatsApp group, in the WhatsApp group that you have joined. So you can please go through that description. We will also be covering EPM agent. That is not provided in the description, but yeah, it will. Any chartered accountants in this batch or all from engineering background? Well, they should answer that. I think I'm nothing. Do you touch base intelligent planning? Intelligent planning? No, not from this course. Yeah. And yeah, do you have
Hi,
any?
Sudhir.
Uh,
Hello.
Yes, Mahesh.
Will you cover reports also?
Yes, reports, yes. Reports, yes. Of course, that is important. Yeah.
Samir, I have one
Hmm.
more question.
Yeah.
So when this training is getting started, as per your current plan?
Of course, it is already started. Okay. Today and tomorrow we'll be taking two free classes. And after that, I don't know if tomorrow day after Monday will be class, regular class, because it is Telangana Formation Day and people might have plans also because it's a long weekend. So right from the Tuesday, regular classes will be starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more thing. So you will be having 2 months session right now,
Yes,
whatever
yes,
trainings you are taking. What about
yes.
after that? Do you plan
Well,
to have another batch or it is just one batch 1 year?
no, no, no. We will be planning another batch as well.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
about FCCS? When is the plan for FCCS?
I do not have details on that because I'm just a trainer for PBCS and EPBCS. So when you're reaching out to Sandeep, please
Mm-hmm.
make sure to ask him. He will provide you all the details on that as well. He's from the administration team.
Okay. So when you are giving 1 hour sessions,
Hmm.
are you giving any task for
Of course.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, of
Okay. And
course.
also the system.
Of course, yes, obviously. Regarding application also, he will provide you, including the fee structure, what will be the training process, what the timings and everything. Sandeep will explain you in detail.
So you will be giving us a cloud instance for this training?
Of course, if you want a cloud instance, then yes. Yeah, but if you want a separate application for in your own local system, you can. There is an option also for that. Sandeep will tell you again. Yeah, I don't know the process regarding that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, hi,
Yes,
Sandeep.
Satish. Yes, Satish.
Like, so how about the business rules and all? So yeah, those are also important, I think, right?
Yes, those are important, and I will also be covering. And let me tell you this: most of the tasks will be from business rules, Groovy scripting, REST API.
So business rules were also comes under this coding category only, right?
Yes, it will come under coding category. Coding category. Yes. Yeah. And I'll make sure that you guys will bang your heads for the task that I give. Yeah, I'll make sure of that because you guys came here to get some real-time experience, have more hands-on rate, then why should I spare you?
Actually, if the training is started, what will be the timing since most of them are working?
Yeah, so how that will be is once you provide commitment to us, of course we will and coming to financials, we will make sure that there is always a win-win situation between Techno site and candidates, okay, between us and you guys. After you provide commitment with us, you will be moved to a separate group only where only the committed students will be available. So there we'll be sharing the documents, credentials, and everything. Along with that, what we do is we'll take opinion from the committed candidates as well when they are available, at what time they can attend. So based on the majority, we can go. But the way we proceed is initial days will be from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST. Okay. After that, if you guys feel that okay, we are not able to concentrate at night in the India region, if you are from India. Okay, if you want a morning, then what we'll do is we will make sure that if everybody is fine with morning sessions, we will move those sessions to morning. So that's how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody is to do the PCM training also, only PBCS analysis.
This course is specifically for PBCS and EPBCS. Of course, but Mahesh, let me also tell you this. Uh, PCMCS is nothing but, I mean, if you are already working in this domain, you should already know about the differences between BSO and ASO cubes. So in PCMCS, the ASO cube, ASO database will be used. So here we will also be covering MDX scripting also using Groovy. So by learning what is the behavior of ASO cubes and how can you access the data that is available in the ASO database using this MDX scripting, Obviously, PCMCS will, the core of PCMCS will be easy for you. It will be just UI changes in the PCMCS.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I know that only the major is locations of superior, that will be a little bit different.
Mm. Okay. Which stream of education is required to learn for EPBCS and PBCS? So, Nagalakshmi. So, from the way we see it, not only the technical part, this is a fusion of both commerce and and engineering. So engineering comes where you want to architect a application from scratch, when you want to write scripting, when you need coding language, engineering team comes there. But when it comes to hey, it's a good ringtone, by the way, whoever it is. But yeah, coming back to the topic, yeah. But obviously, when you want to tally balance sheet and everything, you need some commerce idea behind it. That will also, the basics of that will be covering in this course as well. When is the next class and what will get covered in that session? In the next class, we will be discussing about the basics, the basic terminology that we need for starting this, such as financial statements. So already to the people who know, completely fine. They can even add more points to that. Interactive session हो जाएगा वो. And the second one will be how the data will be stored. What do you mean by combination? So those basic stuff. What is the difference between actual forecast and plan? So these terminologies will be covered because those are required for the next classes that we will be doing. So yeah, that's the answer to your question, Hemkanta.
So when it comes to the business rules and that Groovy script, like
Hmm.
I came from a non coding background. So will it be
Hmm.
possible for me to learn those things?
Yes, of course. Even when I first came into this domain, even I had no idea about this SBS and Groovy scripting.
Mhm.
It was very hard for me to learn, but
Okay.
I will make sure that it will be as simple as you. And if you don't understand a topic, please do let me know after the session is done. We will take a separate session, or we will make sure that you will get the concept.
Mhm.
Nothing goes unaddressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you said that you also provide work support.
Yeah.
How will be the work support? Is basically you teach us how to do the work, or you will be implementing it.
It completely depends. See, if you are working in an organization, obviously you cannot share the application URL and credentials with us, right? So,
Yes.
so in that case, what we do is when you send us snaps about your work, and or in the call, if you explain us what is the task that you have and where you're stuck, we'll try our level best to give you the answer so that you can understand and you can implement in that. And even in the implementation also, for example, if you're writing an SBS scripting and if you're stuck at somewhere, what function do I need to use to get this data? Obviously, you can call us and we will tell you that. That's how it goes. What are all the topics you are covering with respect to SBase? With respect to SBase, we will be covering about we'll be going into a level not at the RAM level, because this course is completely on EPM Cloud Praveen. We won't be discussing about RAM, cache, not that level. We will be covering about the architecture, the dense and sparse concepts, uh, and how the data will be stored uh, in the application. So block, cells concept, dense and sparse concept, and how do we calculate number of blocks? How do we calculate number of cells? We'll be going at that level only. The level, we'll be going to the level that is required to for this EPM to learn this EPM cloud application, and we'll go to that level where when you're writing business rule, of course, you will be knowing that into the future once you provide your commitment to us. And yeah, when we get there, we will be knowing how much importance does it take, will it take, when what we are covering, what we have covered in the basics. So we'll be going at that level, not at the RAM level or cache level. This is on PBCS and EPBCS course. So whatever is required for this course, that will be covered. So what will be covered? Dense and sparse, cube architecture, how the dimensions and members play a role in the architecture of the cube and everything. Yeah. So that I hope that answers your question. Yep.
Hi, sir.
Any-
Hello.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah. Just after completing of these 2 months of the course, can you assure that a candidate can completely work and he can answer all the questions? Means, can you take the mock interviews and
Yes.
100% fully he will work whenever? Means, for example, I'm the fresh and I don't work with the Hyperion still now. After these
Mm,
60 days of the course, if
mm,
I am able to crack my interviews or if I
mm,
have the good knowledge, if I once okay I have cracked the interviews, if I go
mm,
to the organizations, if I have
mm,
100% of the knowledge to do my daily tasks, or can
mm.
you give that assurance on what the things after these 60 days, how the student will be with you? Means how the communication, will you be communicated with him, or will you help? Means kind of any opportunity. You told right, you're not asking for the backdoor opportunities, but the genuine opportunities. As
Yes.
if we are looking for the opportunity, will you provide these experiences these companies are looking such that data, or will you help for the student who has taken the course for you, or you are going to end the relationship between the student after these 2 months of course?
Okay, this is a really good question. One thing is that right after this course, to the people who want mock interviews,
Mm.
if you let the administration team know, I will take mock interviews on that. Okay, and if a fresher needs to incorporate, or people who have 2 years of experience want to fill that gap, okay, what they can do
Okay.
is whatever the tasks that we provide, they can provide that as what they have done in a project in their resume. Okay, and we will take mock interviews. We ask them to prepare their resume. We take the candidate's resume and we'll conduct mock interviews on that. Okay, and relationship with the candidate never ends. Even today, we have normal talks, generic talks with our candidates who are from our first batch, who are just 3 people. Okay, we are still in contact with them, and if the candidates crack the interviews and go into the company, and if he's stuck somewhere, he can call us anytime, and we will be providing enough support for him also.
Wait, just a small question. As you told that you have completed almost 9 to 10 batches in the previous, right? I mean,
Hmm.
just asking not exactly data,
Hmm.
but basically data. Out of all the students, how much percent of they have cracked the interviews and they have well settled and the good position kind of they are satisfied that kind. Can you
Hmm.
provide that?
Approximately around 70 to 80%, I would say, have cracked the interviews. The rest all are the people. I'm telling you this frankly because
Yes,
obviously out of 100 people, even when you are studying in college, not everybody gets placed, right?
yes,
Because they're lacking the knowledge. Of course, the interview gets scheduled, and if they are not performing, or even if they know language, and if they're not representing properly whatever they want to say when they do not have proper communication skills, they are coming into that 20% category.
and it's a last question. Sorry for asking more.
No problem.
Okay, how you say means as a fresher or as a 3 years experience, is it okay a person to choose the PBCS and EPBS way? Means when comparing coming days, we are going to get from the AIs and everything are going to be even the developers have the
Mm.
attention to their future. But what
Mm.
you say, what is it okay to choose this path or what you say?
You have AI. You also have AI being. It is still in the development stage, but you have something called IPM Insights in PBCS application as well. Okay, so even is being incorporated here, and of course, how proof AI proof these applications are. Let me say this. Just type a command, like generate a calculation scripts which publishes 600 from the start date and end date provided in big balance combination. Type that in ChatGPT or Gemini or in Gen AI or anywhere possible. You won't be getting production level data in the application. And when it comes to Groovy, you can say that yeah, Groovy is open source. In your tutorial day point, you will be finding. But there are some separate SDKs in the Oracle that will only be applicable in the Oracle EPM compiler, but not in the outside world. So yeah, AI is still not there, and Currently, I am working in enhancing Gen AI. I am feeding SBS scripting into Gen AI LLMs, but those are giving really bad output. I'm in that project from the past 1 year, and still the project is stuck there. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Thank you.
We have provided admin guide having all the functions, and we have also provided all the functions that we have. There are 10 consultants who have provided around 15,000 user stories with expected S-base outputs, calculation outputs, but still the accuracy of the AI that is giving is not exceeding 20% also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you suggest we have the best placement, I mean, coming to the best package opportunities and best openings, is it available, right?
Yes, it is available.
And for the mock interviews also, we need to connect to the admin department. It was consist of other packages. It was not included here.
It will be included. It will be included.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I hope I answered everybody's question. Okay.
Last question.
Yes, Mankishore.
So after this course, how many years of experience we can put on our resume? Like
Mhm.
currently we are working on different domain.
Yeah.
So I'm completely new to this course.
Mhm.
So how many years of experience can I put on my resume?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I hope
This last,
that.
after the 3 years, how can we expect the package?
It completely depends on how much you're telling your HRs, how much your package is now.
What you suppress means what you will.
Okay. When I was in 3 years of my experience, when I jumped in at 3.5 years to be exactly speaking. At that time, I got 18 lakhs per annum.
Okay, okay.
16 to 18, you can expect.
Okay, okay.
And
Thank
that completely again depends upon, now I'm not telling as fixed. Some people will provide like 13 lakhs per annum as fixed and the remaining percent as your joining bonus. That's a different scenario that you need to talk with
you.
your
Yes,
HR.
yes.
But on paper, you can see that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me stop the recording, guys.
So